Hold on, before the video starts, there's some balloons here I gotta pop. Hold on, I just gotta take them all out. Bam, bam. This is probably for the New Year's, honestly, because they're just setting up balloons. There we go. All is fine and dandy in the world. Greetings, entities and guardians. My name is HyperHimes, and welcome back to Captions Kingdom. Where in this video,
godly creators.
WIL, not right now. What is important is we're gonna be finishing up the Millennial Advent story. There's literally one more part to this that we need to finish. There's a cutscene, another cutscene, and what I think is a small little movie, which should predict what happens in the next update in regards to Dark Enchantress Cookie, which I am very curious about, considering that this update only has 12 days left. It feels like this update like flew by fast, but then again, that also could be because of me not covering much of the update, so I really do apologize for that. But hey, I'm here now. I'm not too late. I'm hopefully not. But with that being said, I will be trying to read comments for the video. The detectives are back in town for the Holiday Square event. And if you want to leave your question and comments down in the comment section below for me to read on the videos, feel free to do so, because it could be a random question, random comment, random fact, something about me, something about the game, something entirely different. It doesn't even matter, because as long as we have a fun and interesting time between each other, from community to creator and creator community, that's what matters the most. But before I start, I will just read one comment from Carrie the Melodious Gamer saying, "The music is from the Holiday Square, reminds me of Professor Layton. Was the red sky during the St. Pastry event? Previous Ancient and Beast Legend costume luck. Got Eternal Sugar, but not Hollyberry. It'll just take a few weeks ago, or till just a few weeks ago, on a random 5-hole for lots. And also Dark Cow when gunning for Mystic Flowers, and I somehow got the title, and now we're here." Yeah, sounds like you got a lot of costume luck, and as much as I would like to definitely indulge in that more, what I want to indulge in is the actual story being Legend of the Roots 1, where I'm pretty sure in Path of the Tree, where we left off, Gingerbread was just like, "Alright, Millennial Tree, we got all of us together, it's time for you to join it." And he's just like, "No." And he's like, "Well, why the pleb not?" And he's like, "Well, let me explain in a long story." And we're probably going to hear that long story right about now, in Legend of the Roots 1.
I can no longer say when it was. So long ago, it slips beyond memory. The very beginning of beginnings.
In a distant, forgotten past.
Today I'll carry the scent westward, tickling butterflies along the way. How delightful.
The little wind, little fella.
Huh?
Our first encounter. Back then, he had neither yet grown into the magnificent millennial tree, nor gained a cookie form. He was but a frail, delicate sprout.
Oh no! This tiny bud's about to be burnt by autumn's last embers.
That's Millennial Tree. I just want to feed him some water.
Cool breeze. It saved me.
There's a puddle nearby from the drizzle a few days ago. Maybe I can carve a path for the water.
Under my care, the sprout grew strong. Its stem turned sturdy, and brilliant leaves unfurled.
One day, I want to roam the world, just like you. To stretch far and wide, as free as the wind.
But you are... You've taken the form of a cookie.
Cookie?
I want to give him the biggest hug any land could ever opportunize. That's not even a real word, nor does it make sense in this fashion, but I just want to swoop him up and just make sure that he's taken care of.
Whoa. Now I can move around, just like you.
Yes. If that's what you want, then so be it.
Those were joyous days. Everything seemed fresh, vibrant, at least until then.
You were once just a tiny sprout. Now you're growing stronger by the day.
Do you think so?
Yes, stronger. Perhaps a little too fast.
The forest. No, the whole world is so beautiful. I just want to wander it all, from morning till night.
Only later did I realize this cookie was unlike anyone from the beginning.
I can feel it. The essence of the entire forest flowing through you. Its strength. Its living forces gathering at your roots. Such boundless energy. I've never seen anything like it.
I don't really feel anything special. What I do know is where I want to go next.
The tree was a child, born to become a god.
Oof! Whew. My roots. They've grown thick and heavy. It's getting harder to pull them free from the soil.
Little tree, perhaps we could travel another day? I have an uneasy feeling about this.
What? No! I've been waiting for this forever. Let us go. Come on, take my hand.
All right, as you say.
And so, that became our last journey together.
Ah, it's so good to be back. I've got so many stories to tell the squirrels. What's wrong, little Win?
What happened here?
What? Everyone, everything, they're all gone.
Yes, for he was the heart of this forest. And when he left his place, the forest lost its keeper. Without roots, a forest can't withstand the seasons. It couldn't hold back the floods of summer rains, nor stop the wildfire of autumn. Everything has crumbled away. Everything.
The squirrel that napped in the shade, the deer that drank from the pond, even the cookie villages nearby, the one who enjoyed the spring breeze, the one who ran to the summer sea in delight, the one who made wishes under the autumn moon, the one who warmed themselves by a winter fire. They're all gone. All of them.
Little tree.
In that moment, I finally understood. The fate of a tree is different from that of a cookie. Only a tree's roots guide its way through the world.
I didn't know. My folly brought a disaster. So many lives vanished without a trace. Because I neglected my duty when we wandered the sweet forest, we met a sacred swan. The swan told us something, remember? That our innocence may one day return to the world as a tidal wave of ruin. So this is what it meant.
This isn't your fault.
Little Wind, swear this to me. Swear that even if I never leave this place, my roots will reach all corners of the world. That I will see all, know all, to the sacred power of life the swan bestowed upon me. I will add my own and give you a vessel. From this moment forth, for ages upon ages countless, stand with me. Guard this world at my side.
Yes, Millennial Tree Cookie.
So, something I want to just establish, Wind Archer is somehow older than Millennial Tree, but Millennial Tree still somehow manages to have more power because of his whole element of nature and all that, because I guess nature in itself is stronger than what other elements are out there, like, you know, wind, fire, and all that stuff. But I do find it interesting how it kind of makes sense, because like in previous videos, I was like, oh, well, the reason why Millennial Tree can't leave was like, well, he has a sworn duty to be here within the forest, and I was actually kind of right, but also, isn't the fact that it's his duty, it's that he literally can't, because he is the embodiment of nature, and the embodiment of nature can't leave nature, but with Wind Archer Cookie, he can travel around everywhere and start spying on people because he's the wind. The wind follows everywhere, which is also why Fire Spirit likes hanging around like the Dragon's Valley, because that's where the Dragon's Valley is, Sea Fairy in the ocean, Moonlight up in space, and all that stuff. So it actually does canonically make sense how Millennial Tree doesn't happen to move anywhere, because he is that specifically, you know, that specific place. But the other legendaries were able to see other places that managed to have the same sort of flow, like how the Licorice Sea near the Dark Cow Kingdom could call out to Sea Fairy. But, still pretty interesting. But, before we move on to the Legend of the Roots 2, which we can get some of these, which I think are pretty cool, let's read a few comments that I see. Like, there's one from Gamer Osunda saying, question of the day, we don't have snow where we are, so no. Well, that's unfortunate. Maybe you can get some way to... I heard there's like indoor snow parks, like, you know, snow sledding places. Maybe there's some place that you can try and get yourself in. I don't know. It sounds like a stretch, but it's not impossible. And also, Mom and Cable? I don't know, but you say no, which I'm sorry to hear about that. Though, Alice's main thing says, question of the day, well, we did one time, but then my cousins had to destroy them, which led to my brother and my cousin having a snow war. And let's just say the aftermath wasn't looking so good, but they were fine, nothing dangerous, nothing bad happened to them. Okay. Well, that's good, but sheesh. You don't want to have a snow war. Sometimes snowball fights, especially for me, can just be really painful. I swear, especially when you pack your snowballs tight, those are the evil people. Also, Truthless Recluse says, when I was a kid, of course, but it hasn't snowed in like 7 years. That's surprising. It snowed for me every constant. I guess maybe it depends on like the country or state you live in. I don't know. But also, the heavily salted Edgelord says, question of the day, not in a very long time. The place I live in barely gets snow now. Why is that happening to many people? Like, it must do with like the area. Like, I live in New York, so maybe snow is kind of a constant there, like on the certain months. Usually it's like December through April, I would say. But then, it's kind of shocking. Like, I'm legit surprised. Anywho, let's move on to the next scene over here being Legend of the Roots 2. So there's actually more to the story, I guess. All we know about is just the birth of Millennial Tree and Wind Archer, but maybe this can extend to the other legends as well? I don't know.
There were many who wished to know, how could a being of such vast power become a cookie at all? But when I asked, his reply was but a quiet smile.
In the end, all cookies find their trees.
Indeed. Eventually, all life returns to your side.
Then perhaps a tree taking cookie form is but part of nature's cycle.
Look at that tree. It keeps growing and growing, endlessly.
When I look down upon it from the clouds, I can't tell if those are roots or branches. If its roots reach into the deepest sea depths, is it truly still a tree?
No, it is more.
A millennium is not so great a span. It is simply the time it takes for 1,000 rings to form, and for fate to arrive. Dark Enchantress Cookie's brazen plan is a transgression to rival it. The primordial roots remember the beasts, those who ravage the essence of life itself.
The leaves, they're withering. Not falling down, but rising upward. Into the sky. The very flow of air is reversing itself? What is happening?
The 5 powers from beyond this world. They have rotted black, and now spread curses upon the land. And through my vast roots, They seek to spread farther still, to poison every corner of this world. How abhorrent. I know what I must do. I shall sever my roots.
Millennial Tree Cookie!
How long has it been? I remember all of you, the little lives I once saw back when I was only a young tree, not yet a cookie. When I wandered away from the forest, giddy with wonder, I left you behind. That was the day I lost you. Yes, that was the first of my losses. The beginning of an endless cycle of greetings and farewells, and the sprout of the knowledge that every life must one day end. This land where you now run so freely is still but a tender young leaf, and every cookie, every one of you, is part of me. A small, precious part each.
Do dreams we can't recall simply fade away? Are they abandoned? Like my beloved city left all alone?
What happens to a sea without the pull of the moon? Does it sink into the abyss, only to freeze the moment when the time comes for it to rise again?
To burn is to never be able to stop yourself. That's what fire is. To be caged, shackled. I'd rather burn out than endure that.
In the end, we all return to the tree, to him.
I name you.
Millennial Tree Cookie.
The flame that burns without end. The moonlight that cuts through the dark. The vast tides of the sea. And the wind that carries all things across the world. In my slumber, when every sense of mine was stilled, your presence shone the brightest. When I felt the weight of your solitude, the pain you each endured, I understood. Even in isolation, all things are bound as one. Wanderers of countless ages, eternal wayfarers beneath the stars, from this day forth, I name you the Guardians of Nature.
What's this feeling? My flames burn hotter than ever, and yet something bigger stirs within me.
Even in the farthest reaches of the night sky, I can feel it. The flame, the tide, and the wind.
Like a heart yearning for someone dear. Solitary, yet never truly alone. What is this I am feeling?
Embrace it, the communion of your powers. Only when you recognize each other can you begin to accept and understand your own fate. I knew nothing of it once. When I first looked upon this world as a frail sprout, I had no knowledge of the destiny that awaited me. My duty, the sacred path of my roots, is to stand eternal, guarding the world through endless time. Yet only when I discovered the presence of others, those to share my yoke, only then did my purpose truly bloom. I shall bind your beings together, woven into the eternal cycle of life.
The purest force of nature, scattered across the world. Millennial Tree Cookie has united us.
Remember this. There are others who carry the same calling as you. though they walk far from your side. Remember that there are those with whom you will share the weight of ages unending. Forget this not.
This is our true strength, the radiant cycle that binds us as one.
And so, there is no corner of this world where my roots shall not reach.
There's only one more bit of the story, being the 5th season, which I'm assuming the 5th season actually, of course, I know it's referencing, you know, the 5th season with, like, the elementals, but it's gotta be referencing the 5th season or the 5th anniversary of Cookie Run Kingdom. It just makes sense, considering the game was, you know, released in February of 2021? I think I remember that, yeah, because I remember it released near the date of my birthday, I think. But, yeah. So, a lot more things have been indulged there, but something I really want to get to is the ending, and also we get 20 of those. Plus, if we get the ending, we could actually get, by the way, there's also these, which I can complete, but there's one more, which is, was there a mission for this? Oh, Craft Wind Archer's Crystal Jam. Okay, I gotta do that. But I'm pretty sure after this last cutscene, we'll get one more for, like, so that's Strawberry, that's Pitaya, that's Wind Archer, that's Caramel Arrow, so maybe Millennial Tree himself, or I'm not sure. But before we continue on to the very last cutscene for the video and the story, Sonic Gamer does say, common question, I did a few times as a kid. Me too, especially back in school, those were rough times. And rough, I mean, kids were rough. Marshadow Activity says also, question of the day, never enough snow, but I made snow ice cream. I think I had two, like once. It was good. It wasn't snow ice cream, it was snow cones, literally fresh from the snow outside. They're great. Also, Happy New Year 2026, left a comment saying, so there's a pretty hilarious ending in this story, and it's basically, oh, I'm not going to read that. That might be spoiler, so don't try on these spoilers. But it does mention Macaroni Cookie saying something. It says him saying about a joke, but I'm not going to get spoiled by that. Don't try and leave spoilers to something I haven't completed yet. Please, at least until I release the last video. Lena Gio says, yes, I have multiple times. That's cool. Makeaverse Colon says, question of the day answer, sadly no. That's sad, I'm sorry to hear. Raph the Mario Maxi says, just DM me your friend request, or what do you think? Hey, I'm back after 5 months. Well, welcome back. And Ariane Funhouse says, hate to say this, but the Holiday Square had no English dub as 2 stories can't be dubbed at once. Oh, so at the very least we got a dub for the Millennial Advent, so it's sad, but man, at least it gives me a reason to voice act it. But let's move on to this last cutscene being the 5th season, the penultimate cutscene to end it all off.
By dark Enchantress Cookie's hand, the very order of nature has been defiled, and yet a paradox. Through that act, my 1000th ring has been carved. At long last, the millennial moment has come.
I'm so dizzy. Everything's spinning.
His words are slipping away. I can barely catch them.
But I want to understand. I want to know what Millennial Tree Cookie is trying to tell us.
I thought the best way to understand was to sense. But perhaps such force is much too great for such small cookies.
To wander the world beside the ones you cherish. Those are the sweetest, most radiant of moments. Moments so fleeting, gone in the blink of an eye. To me, they are times long since lost.
Millennial Tree Cookie? Strange. Millennial Tree Cookie has lived far, far longer than any of us. But for a second, he seemed just like one of us.
Hey, Ginger Brave? Wizard Cookie? Remember I told you that a small and ordinary cookie like me had no place in the final battle against Dark Enchantress Cookie? But maybe it's because we're small. Because we don't carry much, we can make it this far.
Yeah, you might be right.
That restless spark within you. That courage to leap into the unknown. It reminds me of the moment when the guardians of nature and I united. To this land, I grant the seasons, and to you, who have crossed the ages to stand here with me, a new, blessed season. Beyond beast yeast, I see forces gnawing at life itself, shaking the very roots of this world. Dark Enchantress Cookie's brazen summons. I shall answer it. I am the heart of all seasons, and today, here and now, I proclaim it. The 5th season begins.
Such power! It's incredible!
The ground, it's shaking like the whole world's about to split apart.
The path is open.
Then that means... At last, Dark Enchantress Cookie's barrier is broken. You can feel it too, can't you, Pure Vanilla Cookie?
Wherever you set foot, my roots shall be with you. Go forth, little ones. Walk your path.
Millennial Tree Cookie?
This is it. The moment we've been waiting for. Now is our chance.
I agree. Even without White Lily Cookie, even without a perfect strategy, time is of the essence. We must strike now, before Dark Enchantress Cookie realizes her barrier has fallen. We march to her stronghold in Beast Yeast immediately. I shall summon reinforcements as quickly as I can. Hollyberry Cookie and I will lead our armies. Pure Vanilla Cookie, you will oversee the course of our campaign.
Understood. Then I'll chart your path through the land from my airship.
I shall remain at your side, Pure Vanilla Cookie. With this device, we can strike in unison whenever needed. A true ruler does not squander the moment. When desire calls, one must seize the prize. Swiftly, boldly, without a hint of hesitation.
So it begins. Trials beyond anything we have seen will await us down this path. We may face agony, shattering our does and spirits, and yet, what we carry now, at the end of all we've endured, is a new resolution. Passion in our hearts, a sparkle of abundance, and faith in freedom. Even if we lose our way, we will keep searching for the light, guided by the truth living within us, with the love we bear for our world, our home. Let us march forward together, united as one.
Let's go!
Oh, the last 3 updates that are going to be coming up are going to officially finally seal the deal with this whole entire Dark Enchantress storyline, and I'm so excited. This whole story is 5 years in the making. 5 whole plebing years in the making, and we can finally experience the end of it within the span of not 1, not 2, but 3 updates. And because of our success for completing the story, we get 500 of those, and also there's a new thing for obtain Millennial Tree Cookie. You've got to be kidding me, that's a scam. Why do I need to get Millennial Tree Cookie for this? I'm sorry, I'm too hyped about the story. I am mad, but like, oh, they each represent a flame, so this is, wait, that's fire? But shouldn't this... Huh. Do these not match? By the way, didn't I get a comment at some point saying, like, you'll understand why Stormbringer, Frost Queen, and the other ones, didn't appear? I guess maybe they didn't appear because they're the legendaries of Wind Archer, Moonlight, Sea Fairy, and Fire Spirit are the core, with Millennial Tree included, are the core guardians of nature. So I guess it makes sense. But I feel like the other legendaries should be able to help in some way, shape, or form. I mean, come on, Stormbringer literally helped out Dark Cacao. But I don't know. But that makes me really excited to see what's coming up next for the story, because we see Dark Enchantress Cookie, and she obviously knows that her barrier's fallen, but she doesn't look worried at all. So it's really going to come down to how this entire thing ends, which I just cannot wait for. But with that being said, we're going to end the video right here because, oh, I'm excited. If you enjoy the video, then please be sure to leave a like on it, and also share the video with your friends if you enjoy my Kicker Run content. And, you know, if you like it, subscribe, and hit the bell icon, whatnot, if you enjoy my content in general. And yeah, all of my links down below with my social media link are attached to my card website, where all plebs, you can become a member for just $1 a month, which you can become a pleb, and also you can buy some merchandise at the pleb market. But above all else, I will see you entities and guardians in the next video. Hail the Hypenese! I wanted to give a very huge shout out at the end of this video to the members who are deciding to support the channel and the stuff that I do, being Jojo Sands, Blobby Eduardo, Casual Gaming 22, and Mask Boy. You are all supporting me, and I greatly appreciate it. Like, thank you all so much.